Morning, good morning, good morning. We should be good here. Do 23rd. I hit save already. Should be good. All right, we should be good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Coinbase is pushing. Which direction? It's pushing up. I like Coinbase stock right now. Looks really good. Really, really good in my opinion. I don't think Coinbase is a bad investment, personally. Alright, cool. Cool. Alright, let's get into what we have here in the market. So, basically, higher time frame, we made a lower low here, higher low there. It's a bullish SMT. We have this daily order block. Let's see if it acts as support to get up into this fair value gap that's sitting up there. We are consolidating in this volume imbalance here on YM. 4-hour time frame, you can still see that SMT divergence. We're bouncing off of this 50% of this 4-hour wick we traded down into that acts as a fair value gap based on algorithm terms. We have bearish SMT up here, but we don't know if that's going to hold, because if we do continue on the buy side of the curve, we're going to look to go up to these highs up within here. So I want to watch and see if that's what happens today with price. We have a lower low now on the 4-hour wick with YM. So if we just go to these two here now, we'll mark up what we got. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. We got this 1 hour fair value gap we keep rejecting in that area. Same here. If we do end up pushing and going higher, then we're going to look for higher movement up in the higher time frame area. So I want to watch that as we play out through today. 15, let's go to 30-minute time frame. Similar situation here. Order block there, retest of this range, looking to possibly continue higher to these relative equal highs. These relative equal highs way up there. We'll see where that goes, but ideally I would have liked to seen the internal liquidity with SMTs here in some sort of way, and then get a push higher, but we'll see. Maybe we do end up poking this higher, just staying here and then selling off, and then we get a buy later. That might be even better. We'll see what happens there. But just going to sit in my hands. We don't have high impact news today. We have medium impact news at 10 o'clock, so we'll see how that plays out. Big yawn. Yes. Okay, 1 minute time frame shifted down, hit the midnight open. Exactly at the midnight open right here, and then we inverted, and then we came up, and now we created this order block. We tested this order block, and now it might rocket up to this high, maybe even up there. Not high probability to me though. Not really my cup of tea, but it's pretty decent. Traded down into a discount of this range here, inverted, gone. Not terrible, not terrible. Market open, traded down. Fair value gap. Came into this range. Closed back up above that opening range gap there. Getting expansion on the 1 hour. Yeah, so when we're waiting for that to play out, I'm going to go over Bitcoin a little bit because this is already moving higher. I wouldn't say I missed the boat on there because obviously it wasn't clear. I wasn't looking for the buys to happen yet. Been waiting. But I'm going to give a quick little recap what we're seeing here on Bitcoin. Alright, so I'm going to give a quick... Hang on. Stop the recording. Start new one. Hi guys, I'm going to give a quick review here on Bitcoin and also Ethereum and what we're seeing in the chart. If we go to the 3-month time frame, you can see these are obviously closing bullish, and we had the last 3-month candle close bearish, but we created this fair value gap, as you can tell. From here to here, we traded down into that gap, and now we're using that gap as a rebalance to act as a possible support for price to keep moving higher. If we do end up moving lower and closing back down within this gap, down below, maybe even 50% of this range, then that is bearish. We're going to look for more bearish movement. But until then, we are seeing bullish confirmation on the chart from what we're seeing, not financial advice. But if you look at Ethereum as well, notice how we made a higher low here and a lower low here. So that's bullish SMT in the fair value gap. So that is a bullish sign that we are likely to keep moving higher based on what history has told us before. Okay, just like we saw down here, a higher low, a lower low. And then same here, a higher low, a lower low. Same thing here, a higher low, a lower low. And every time that has happened within the past year or so, it's been a bullish indicator, and we're still getting bullish signs going forward. So I want to be paying attention to that. The weekly time frame, if you look at this range here, we came into this discount, okay? We came in from this low to this high. We came into a discount, so below the 50%, then we rejected with displacement. When we were down here, I didn't know if it wanted to keep moving lower. I'm not trying to pick bottoms, but I'm paying attention to what happens in the markets as we do start to sell off. Do we bounce up, which we did, or do we continue to sell off? Obviously, it bounced up. The weekly time frame, we inverted this fair value gap, and this is the big key here. So we hit the higher time frame liquidity, the discount. We basically left here with displacement, closed up above this fair value gap, which inverted the weekly fair value gap. As of now, this is all bullish structure. If we get a closure down below this fair value gap, then this would either lead to more consolidation or another sell-off, and then we look for another rally, or we just look for more continuation down. But as of right now, statistically, price had the sell side of the curve, and now we're in the buy side of the curve. In the higher time frame, from the 3-month time frame I was just showing you, we were overall bullish with a bullish fair value gap. So right now, higher probability that prices are likely to keep moving higher from what we're seeing. If we go down to the 4-hour time frame, you can notice that we are now in this area here. Let's actually go to the daily time frame. We're in this area here. We have the down close candles that can act as a potential order block to keep pushing higher. We'll see what happens in here. We'll also look at SMTs with Ethereum. Or if we do trade down lower, we can use this entire range here for a possible retracement down into here, down into 50%. And we want to watch to see how accumulation happens. But like I said, we don't want to see a weekly close down below this. We want to see it possibly just work our way down and then quick, fast reaction continued back up, or just a quick rejection here, retest of that weekly gap, and then a continuation up with possible SMTs with Ethereum. So that's what I'm looking for there. If we do get the closure down below this, it invalidates the whole thing. But right now, looking at this area for potential longs, or a retrace down, retest, and more potential longs up into there. But closures here, we're looking for lower prices. But yeah, take it easy, guys. Love y'all. Peace out. Not financial advice. All right, that was a quick recording. I'm going to post that on X later. Actually, I'll just upload that right now, because why not? Okay, we hit the higher high, lower high there. All right, 944. I'd see price could potentially keep reaching up here. We'll see how this 1 hour closes in the next 15 minutes. If that closes like that, we get a bullish order block. We're back in the 1 hour fair value gap. But if we reject this and start leaving this a wick, we could potentially look for lower prices. It really depends on what price starts to do up in this area now. No FOMO, no missing out. This is all good for what we like to see. Looking for 3 contracts today on a patient setup here with NQ. We have a fair value gap down here that we have not yet met. I'll make that blue. That could be a potential target if price does eventually want to reverse and come back down. We'll see what price does over the next little bit though. 5-minute fair value gap right here. I wonder if that wants to retest here and keep going long off of this breaker. That's always a possibility that we can just pay attention to. We have 3 highs there. We still have a lower high here looking very weak there. Let's see how dollar's looking. If dollar looks bullish, then maybe bearish. Multiple equal lows, but we have been bullish. We're hitting the NWOG. We have not yet hit this high yet. So I'd say this high here is suspect if it wants to reach up there. We'll see how this starts to play out over the next little bit here today. I'm gonna start another recording here just in case we do get a trade at some point today. I wanna mark this up along the way. Maybe more accumulation here. We hit this high or so. Pull back. Nothing's really jumping out at me on the chart right now. Not yet, at least. These are just areas I got marked up. See how they play out. Turning down into that 5-minute fair value gap that I've been talking about. We'll see if this rejects this fair value gap quick or not, or if it continues to trade on through and down. Because we did hit this high, we hit this high, we left this high, equal highs. If this does shift down on through and we hit these lows, maybe we get a buy later. Because right now it's not high probability of any direction yet. So I want to keep in mind we're not in a premium or a discount. We're just really just trading sideways. Internal liquidity might be just a seek and destroy kind of day where it doesn't really do anything. So we'll see how this plays out today. Just sold down into this range here. Lower low, so there's bullish SMT at these lows. We have a 30-second fair value gap that we're about to invert right now. It's just not the kind of distribution I like to see. So lower low, higher low there. We're already bullish. So we're about to close here in the 30-second time frame after taking out this internal liquidity. So I wonder if this is going to give us a 2020 move from here to up to there. I'm not taking this, but we did displace off of a 5-minute fair value gap. We're obviously getting the wick now. Let's see if this wants to continue higher over the next little bit. We have a 1-minute order block now in place. The bearish SMT, higher high, lower high, but I think it's going to fail based on what we see here in the chart. I would say 20 points would be right here. That'd be a win, and then we get the next high up there. Start to be a break even. We're playing out this volume imbalance right now. Break even would be hit just now. Seek and destroy, maybe. Just left more equal highs up there. Possibly reach up there later. Alright, I gotta listen to this video quick to see how it came out. Alright guys, I had to make a quick post on X from earlier. Yo, what's going on? Yo. Should be on now. I had it off. See? On. There we go. I was making a quick post on X about crypto and whatnot. I had a little recording, so I had to upload it. Rewatch it. Yeah. Cool. Let's see what happens here now in the market. We got these relative equal highs up there, so I don't want to short in this range, even though based on like what we're seeing here, we might reject out this fair value gap, or we're going to push above this fair value gap and hit up above here, giving us this 20-point move. Something like this, up to these highs and possibly even up into there. So I'm watching to see what we get. I think any direction is possible now. See if we get another drive higher and then a sell off later. I feel like that'd be like the best situation going forward. There we go. He's gonna close on the 30-second. Yeah, if we get that 1 minute to close up above here right now, that's just a retracement down into this breaker for a potential long continuation. So we'll see how this plays out. Going into this. Now, where'd my music go? There's my music. This is just choppy, man. Like, you go to like the 2 minute though. I'm not taking this on my this eval here, or my funded. I'm waiting out on this one. I took it on one of my evals, one of my bullshit ones, a little 50K, but that's all that I took it on. If it loses, it loses. I don't care. This is following the plan on this one. So we're overall bullish. We have equal highs. I'd like to see this high taken. We retrace on the 15 minute. We're at the low of the 15 minute candle. We got about a minute and a half, a little more, the 15 minute for it to close. So we'll see if that closes and retest here and hits this high and then sell off, or if we just sell off from here, go down, and then we get a nice buy up like this. I'd like that too. Either direction, honestly. I just see that we had like a nice little accumulation, manipulation, shift of market structure. We hit the buy side up here. Once we hit the buy side, we created more equal highs that are up here, traded down into this discount here, playing off this breaker within the 5 minute fair value gap. 1 minute time frame, we inverted this 1 minute fair value gap here. So this 1 minute fair value gap would need to hold if we're going to keep pushing higher, but I understand we're in kind of seek and destroy kind of condition, so this is kind of a shit price action kind of area here. So I don't really care. Closed out. Yeah, I took nothing yet today on here. So on this eval account, I'm risking this one here. I'm risking about like $1,200, so it's a little bit less than 1%. On my funded account, I'm only risking like 80 bucks on a 50K. So I've taken a few trades on the funded, and I had to hit 5 $200 days, and I hit my first $200 day last week of risking 80 bucks. So it was a little over a 2-hour trade. Alright, look at that thing just ripping up. Yeah, it's kind of sloppy. So we'll see where this goes. I still think this is gonna go higher here. And this closure. Because this is the trade. Here's the 1-to-1. And you take one off here. Next one off up here. Stop should go down below this low now. Or just wait for next SMT. You think it's going to continue to sell off? Could. Yeah, we still have Monday's low intact, so I want to keep that in mind too. Monday's low is down here yesterday. Well, I went to the daily time frame, that's what it showed me. Here's Monday. So I guess Monday's low is right here. I was just on the daily candle, but there's Monday's low. So we just hit this high, we're leaving these equal highs. That's a good sign if we go hit those later. Personally, I would like to see this continue to sell off. Let me get a buy from here, or even down lower. But dude, I don't think we're gonna sell off fully until we hit these. Look at these equal highs up here. Price does not just leave equal highs like this. These are gonna be met at some point. These equal highs have to be met at some point. They don't just leave those. And like we traded off this low. We hit the low here. We hit this volume imbalance. So you see this gap we hit? Like we hit it exactly. And we had SMTs. So we had a lower low. Okay. We have a lower low. And we have a higher low. So it's bullish SMT divergence. Sell side of the curve in. No, we're in the buy side of the curve, but we have all this internal liquidity that I think could get smacked first in some way, shape, or form, and then we get maybe a continuation of the buy side after. If it does sell off, we'll see. Dow, 1 minute. Equal highs on ES here. I like what we're seeing, honestly. Let's see. Can you check Dow 1 minute for value gap? I'm respecting. Look for the buys, short movement. You talking about this one here? This one. So they're just moving so different right now. Like, look at this one rallying up. No, the lower one. Yeah, whatever your plan says to do, man. Whatever your plan says to do. Yeah, you look at some of the best like traders, like especially like ICT traders too. You'll notice that they might only take like 30 to 50 points on NASDAQ, but NASDAQ will run like over 100 points. I mean, that's all it really takes, though. You just got to be consistent with your execution. I see these relative equal lows down here. I see the bearish SMT. I see the order block, bearish order block with the high hit here. We're about to smoke these highs here on ES. If we smoke these highs here and we stay lower here, this could be a confirmation for more of a sell-off. You got these relative equal lows here. You got these relative equal lows here. But we are on the higher time frame, bouncing off of this order block, rejection block, and fair value gap with highs up here and here. So I want to keep that in mind. If we do go long at some point, I'd want to see some more SMTs at these lows. And then a closure up above this order block, turn it into a breaker, and then retest to go long. So it would have to break. Nasdaq would have to break these order blocks here. It just doesn't look that great right now. So many highs up there. That's just what I was saying right there. We got that 1 minute candle closure above both fair value gaps inversions. It's gonna go long, most likely to hit here and then up here now. So I just wanted to hit that one more retracement down and then buy up. I just wasn't a fan of that. And we have the SMTs intact. That's happened like way too fast for like what I'd like to see. We have this 2 minute. So we just hit this high here, so that kind of makes the trade lower probability if I was enter now. See how we hit that high there? I know we're gonna close it, but I would still expect a retest and then a continuation now. Like that's like fast displacement after hitting a lower order block. But we just hit this internal high, so it's lower probability. Let's go wait for something more clear, but this doesn't look terrible. We're already bullish if this is bearish here. Yeah, we're starting to ship down here in dollar. A lot of liquidity. So this would go higher. Just retest the fair value gap here. Bullish fair value gap. And this thing doesn't look too bad. Just against my rules to take it right now. We already hit this high up here. So I'd rather just wait. Wait and see. Hit this high. Bullish 5 minute closure. Holy fuck. There we go. Bullish SMT at the wicks here. Higher time frame staying bullish. I say longs are still valid. 5-minute close, bullish order block, but we'll see if that wants to hold. We do have bearish SMT that's very, very big. So if you take both of these off, clear out the charts, lower high, higher high, drawn liquidity lower, internal liquidity taken. I know we have these equal highs, but we already took a higher time frame high. So really, I want to pay attention to this 2-minute fair value gap to see if this 2-minute fair value gap wants to get inverted to go lower. We just inverted here, so I would say this low is suspect now on ES. I want to wait to see what we start to look like on these higher time frames. Because right now I'm not seeing it. But I do understand that this could start to break down. Like I was saying, this 1-minute fair value gap keeps getting retested. So if this does invert here, I'd want to look for lower because look at what we have. Relative equal lows. We hit this high. We hit this high. We're in this higher time frame fair value gap up here. So 1 hour, 30-minute. 30-minute fair value gap up here. We're rejecting that. We're staying somewhat weak. If we invert this 1 minute here, so price is likely to go lower, but I feel like that's such a big gap here. I could easily come back and retest, so I'm gonna wait. Even if we do invert this, I'm gonna wait for more information on this chart here. We also never hit this gap either. So that's a gap that's still open. So we just inverted that gap. I would say we're likely to keep ripping down here. That's a lot of risk for me. Oh, 2-minute time frame close at 2? That's fucking fresh. Wait for more information on this chart, because if it comes like right back in, then obviously seek and destroy kind of conditions here. We rebalanced the 1 minute almost exactly. Hit a bullish for value gap here. Bullish SMTs. I fucked myself way too many times trading conditions like this. So I'd rather just sit out and not be impulsive and have FOMO. So I'd rather just wait here. Look at that. Oh, just because I even have a no card in front of me. Just because we inverted a gap doesn't mean it's a good entry. So a higher time frame is telling me is that we're just trading down, back up, back down, pushing back higher. We've never hit this fair value gap yet. We're just playing in this range. This isn't, not really much expansion. We're gonna get it at some point. We got our macro coming up here. Probably inverted a 30-second gap somewhere. I got that 5-minute close pretty bearish there after taking that internal liquidity. Taking out that 5-minute high right now. Let's see if we continue to sell off. We got this 30-second for value gap. We're going to pay attention to that. If we invert that 30-second for value gap, that might be a good sign to keep moving lower. We inverted it. There's so much chop. So much fucking chop. I gotta wait for some more displacement and movement because nothing's really lining up right now. Alright, I'm gonna go grab another coffee before the next macro starts here soon. Our next macro starting here in about another minute or so. So I'll be right back. High still we're not taking from last movement. No, they're not. They're not. I'm not taking shorts right here. You know, we got these equal lows now. Adding to these, all liquidity, but we got this liquidity, so maybe we go hit this high first and get something here. That's what I'd like to see. I'll take the short from up here if we do get something like that. I'll be right back. Alright, man. I'll see you later. Yeah, take it easy, man. Thank you. Enjoy your workout and nap. Market's so choppy, man. Finally left this range. We closed back up above here in the 5 minute, above there. We tested the order block. Moved up higher. We're at the start of our macro here. Beautiful. I just don't trade like that. It's not for me. Too rangy. Just hit out that high up there. We stay weak over here. So we did. We're about to invert this for value gap. I like this sell. Already started to move down lower. Most of this 2-minute close lower too. You get the high runner macro. We have a lot of draw and liquidity lower. So that's a good RR right there. So I just took a short based on the liquidity being taken. We got an inversion for a value gap. We have SMTs. So that's giving me the bearish bias. We have a clear draw on liquidity lower down within here. So I want to see if price wants to work our way lower. If we do get hit out, I'll look for another re-entry. But based on the information we have right now, I see this is a valid trade. We'll take the next one off right here. And then the final one will come off. We'll do a standard deviation. That's another reason why I think this could push up once more. Is because we have like no standard deviation rip up. So like if this does rip up right here and give us a standard deviation, then I'll look for that standard deviation, use that standard deviation for the next potential target. But from the information I have right here, this looks good. But I will keep in mind that we could be early. I know we took out this short-term low and we just pulled back. I mean, could have moved to break even, but obviously we just didn't. But I'm accepting the risk on this one. Yeah, we just bounce off this end log here. 5-minute closure. Obviously bearish, but like I said, it could be a little bit early. We took out that long-term high. We're in the macro. We don't have that shift to structure yet. We'll see what happens, you know? I could be early. I'm likely to be early. I'll just look for the next setup and I'll take it if it does present itself. But like I said, I accepted the risk here, so I took the trade. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing another push higher first. I mean, these all have lows intact still. Okay, we have bearish SMT now. So higher high, lower high in the wick. See if this one's a push lower or not. Stops will go to break even if we tap this low or this low or this low. Any of these hits the low, stops will go to break even. One of them has to hit the low though. We're at the rejection block. We'll see if this wants to push through or not. Obviously, it's not pushing through. Stops still above that high up there. I'm looking at the chart as if I don't have a trade on at all, which is how you're supposed to look at the chart. Otherwise, emotions could get involved. I took this trade based on my trading plan, based on the SMTs we have. Okay, we have a lot of SMTs right now. We have a good draw on liquidity lower. So low is just broken. My rules say to move stops to break even. So what am I going to do? I'm going to move my stops to break even. I'm going to let my next trade go to target. Target almost hit. It's just about to be hit. It might not. It might come right back to break even. We're just shy of it. We're about 1 point away from take profit on one of them. And I mean, I'm not going to get emotional about it because I'm following my trading plan. Can I be annoyed? Yes, I can be absolutely annoyed. But my goal is just to follow my trading plan. Which is to say, move stops to break even if we break that low. Which we broke that low. yes, we now have the order block, but at the same time, we have relative equal highs that we could reach up into. And I'd rather play it safe than sorry, but we'll see. Because now we have, look, we have bullish SMTs here. Lower low, higher low, and if we do rip up there, I'd rather protect myself because we took internal liquidity. And if I get hit out, I get hit out. Whatever, no big deal. Too bad, so sad. Whatever. We're about to be hit on a break even. Oh my god, it's so close to the fucking TP. That's so crazy. $19.5 points. Just from one partial. That's crazy. We're just using the breaker now. A lot of equal highs here. We'll see if we just fucking shred it. See if we just shred it, bud. See? Okay. We just hit one off right there. So one contract off. Looking for the next contract down here. Then we're letting the last one go. I want to let the last one go until down here. Where this fair value gap is. I believe that price may want to come rebalance this area. So that'll be about 60 points from our take profit area. So 20, 40, 60. So 4, 8, 12. So 1,200. Plus the 400. So it'd be 16 plus this right here, which would be another, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 700, 16, 700, about 23 on the day, which is reasonable. I'm letting the trade play out. I have to modify this order because we did just take profit on one. You see the beauty of just following your fucking rules at the end of the day? That's the beauty of just following the plan, following the rules, and letting this trade play out. Oh wait, there is the third one. It's the gap I'm looking for. I will allow it to come to break even. I mean, I can't control the market like I've been saying. I can only reduce my risk and adjust my position size and when to put on risk and when to take off risk. That's all I'm doing. First take profit here. Second one at the swing low. Third one will be at the fair value gap that had displacement from this morning. We do have an order block intact here in case this does want to bounce out this order block. I know my stop loss, well, my break even is within this order block. If that wants to hit it, then that hits it. Whatever, no big deal. I do understand this market is very choppy today. Alright, we're at break even. We're also at the order block, so we'll see if it rips down or not, or if it keeps ripping up. But I followed my rules, followed my plan. 385 on the day. Is what it is. There's only so much you can do. Just gotta follow your rules. So SMT. Also SMT here. I mean, if it is, this is just what happens sometimes, you know. Break even got hit, and then we just fucking continue down. You crazy, crazy bitch. Oh man. I followed the plan. I followed the fucking plan. That's all that matters, man. P&L will grow over time. All I did was follow the plan. That's all I had to do. Definitely had some discomfort on this retracement. It's pretty close to stop loss. Trading down into my favor. Dude, that's so wild to me. If I have my entry at any part of that little pullback there, that wouldn't have hit stop loss. That's so nuts. Boom. There we go. It's trading back up to this order block here. Rejecting the order block. 5-second time frame. We hit the high, pulling back. Shifted structure. A lot of relative equal lows down within here. Higher time frame target lower, which would be down here. Fair value gap reached. This is a candle that took liquidity, so that's going to be a bearish signature once we retested it. Bearish order blocks, as well as this breaker. Inversion, 30-second. Man, that shit doesn't get much simpler. My house just started shaking for some reason. Oh, there we go, baby. Fucking target mat. Let's go. Yeah, from this trade here, we had the highs taken. SMTs. Okay, shifted structure. I entered when we closed the candle here. Stop was 20 points above this swing high here, and also above that fair value gap that we had here. So that was a form of resistance for me that I wanted to see price stay down below. We then traded back into it. We pulled back down in. This is another good area to look for a redistribution here for another sell-off. Fair value gap. Inversion of this level here. 1 minute time frame, 1 minute inversion there, as well as SMTs on the wicks. So that could be another entry. Traded lower, consolidated because of the seek and destroy kind of conditions we're in right now. Traded lower, took 20 points off, so entered here to here, exactly 20 points, and then we came back to break even. Okay, break even because we took out this internal high, came back to this level. Ideally, looking now, I was following my plan though, but if we're already thinking lower pricing and we're building this internal liquidity, we could, looking back, could have just moved the stop and reduced the risk a little bit and left the rest open. But I didn't do that. I just wanted to see, move it to break even in case it did want to come back. But if you tell from up here, when we did pull back down in this area, we came back up on in. We made a lower high with a higher high off of this fair value gap here paired to this inversion. So even with this entry, we could have reduced that risk to 10 or even just took off half the position and let the rest go. At the end of the day, I think I did a lot very well. I entered the trade based on my trading plan. I could have been a little bit early, but I still think it was pretty good. Pretty good trade and how I managed it. So yeah, I'm going to leave it as that. You guys take it easy. I'm gonna hop off. I love y'all. Peace out.